Okay, it looks like we are live. Let's get straight into this. Second annual NFL mock draft. I can't wait to look like an idiot in a couple of days. But let's get this underway. Let's get some peak background music here, which is the Gen 4 soundtrack. Yeah, I don't know what else to say rather than to just start this. It's been so long since I've streamed, I've lost all the talent I had for streaming, which was none anyway. Raiders. Do I literally have to say anything? We know that he's going to the Raiders. Okay, Jets, I guess we'll start. Guy. You know what? Shut up, stupid music. I don't want you. I need to focus. Okay. Yeah, whatever. That was a mistake. Okay. Stupid pop-ups everywhere. Okay. The Jets, for a while, there looked like there were a couple of different ways they could go, but as the draft's gotten closer, it seems to be a consensus that they're going to take Arvell Reese out of Ohio State at number 2, which I like. And I think that was who you guys had them going with in the polls as well. Yeah, I had, for the top 10 picks, I put polls up on my community tab for who you thought would be drafted to that team, and Arvell Reese was the winner for the Jets, and I'm going to agree with that one. But I'm not going to agree with number 3. That was Sonny Styles who won that, but I think that one was a little unfair because I posted that poll like the day after his combine where he shot up the draft board, and everyone was still on the heels of that, so that's why everyone was so high on him. But I think they need offensive line more than anything else. Too high to take a quarterback, obviously, so... Oh, I gotta scroll a little bit. They're gonna take Francis Malioga from Miami. Now, the Titans. The Titans. What do they need? They need a lot. Let's just say that. There's been talks about them going with Jeremiah Love. That's who you guys picked for the Titans. They also could go with David Bailey as edge. They do need that. There's been talks about David Bailey slipping down the draft boards a little bit. Was it David Bailey or was it Ruben Bain who had like some like scandal or like character concerns that made him go down the draft board? I forget which one it was. I think it was Bailey. I don't remember. Damn it. Point is, I'm gonna agree with you guys. The Titans are gonna take Jeremiah Love at number 4. And at number 5, this is where stuff starts to get a little difficult. The Giants, it's because the Giants suck so bad, even though there's hype this year, again, because they have Harbaugh, they have all these Raven players, they have Jackson Dart, who I don't even think is that good, to be honest. He just has a lot of aura because he runs the ball. That's going to catch up to him very quickly. He can't throw. Like, I'm not convinced that Jackson Dart is a franchise quarterback. Well, that's neither here nor there. Point is, they can go a lot of different ways here. They could go Carnell Tate, because they don't have a wide receiver 2 outside of Malik Neighbors. They could go David Bailey, an edge rusher, especially considering the recent news of Dexter Lawrence being traded, but then again, that's an interior, not edge. They also could go with Caleb Downs, which is, I think, what my poll had the Giants taking Caleb Downs, but, This offseason, the Giants have really tried to get a new identity. And I think that new identity with John Harbaugh is... Wait, no. John Harbaugh isn't an offensive identity. What am I talking about? Oh, I'm driving myself insane, and I'm only an 8th through this mock draft? Oh my god. I gotta breathe. Take a deep breath. Who are they most likely to go with here? I don't think they're going to take Caleb Downs. I think it's a little too early for a safety. Do they go aggressive and take Carnell Tate? I think with the new regime, I think they're going to take Carnell Tate. I didn't think they would do it for a long time, but the more I think about it, I think it makes sense with the spot they're at right now. 2 straight skill players off the board. I mean, not skill players, sorry. Offensive players. Offensive skill. I'm losing my mind right now. Cleveland, number 6. I am not 100% sure who the poll had going to Cleveland. Oh, I think it was Tate. Yeah, Tate went to Cleveland, but now he's not on the board. So, what do they do instead? Is the question. I don't think they take any of the edge rushers. They have Myles Garrett. They're fine there. Sonny Styles, maybe. I think it's a little too high for him because there's like a couple of things about him. I don't know. I'm so behind on draft stuff, like I was last year too. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll a little bit because they need offensive line. I've heard some good things about this guy. I've seen a couple of mock drafts having him go ahead of Francis Malioga. So I think the Browns are going to take this guy, Spencer Fano, out of Utah at number 6. Let's go to pick 7. Oh my god, I'm going to have to scroll this. I thought it would move. Okay, Commanders. They might have taken... They would have taken both Cardinal Tate and Jeremiah Love if they were available. I would have had them go to the Commanders. They need an edge guy. Oops. They could take Styles. Probably not Styles because that's not on their needs list and edge is, so I think they would lean more there. The poll had them take Bane, and I think I'm going to agree with that. I think they're going to take Bane to bolster that pass rush, and hopefully the Commanders can get back to the winning ways of 2024, and I'm rooting for them to do that. Next up, Saints. I hate them, which means I should know them well. Which means they have no wide receiver. Oh, no, they have Olave, but he was just hurt for a lot of the previous year, so I kind of forgot he existed. Do they take the chance on David Bailey? They could also use a corner. They could also stay local and take Mansur Delane from LSU and go to New Orleans, stay local. Also could take Malachi Lemon out of USC. I could see them doing that. I just need some OJ breaks. It's hard doing this. David Bailey. Man, is he something. I think they got to take David Bailey. He's too big of a talent, too big of a prospect to slip that far down the board. And for a team that needs him, I think they're going to take Bailey. Number 9 is Kansas City. The poll had Kansas City taking Francis Malioga, I think. Yeah, the polls had Francis Malioga going down quite a long time because young NFL fans, they don't want their teams taking offensive linemen. That's boring. But then when it came to Kansas City, then they finally decided to go with him. Maybe because they hate the Chiefs and want to see them fail. So now that he's off the board, where do they go from here? I don't think they're a team that would take Caleb Downs. I don't think they're desperate for Sonny Styles. They just traded their 2 top cornerbacks, and they're really in need of help at the position. So I think they're going to go with Mansour Delane. Oh, the Giants again. Hey, low-key forgot about the Dexter Lawrence trade already, even though I mentioned it just like a minute ago. So this throws everything in for a loop. The Bengals were here originally. Now what the hell are the Giants going to do? I gotta remember who they picked earlier because that's going to play a part. If they took wide receiver at number 5, what are they going to be desperate for making it to number 10? I think it's got to be one of these 2 top guys, Sonny Styles or Caleb Downs. It's just a matter of which one are they going to go with. What do they think is more important to them? I mean, if both of these guys are available, I feel like it's gotta be Sonny Styles. Just because I feel like linebacker is more of a desirable position, and they're both needs for the Giants. I think Sonny Styles, just the potential, the need he fills, and just the overall value a linebacker gives your team, I think, is the difference maker there. Now we got the Miami Dolphins and number 11. I mean, this got to be a wide receiver, right? There's no chance they go through this first round not drafting a wide receiver. Who the hell's their wide receiver one right now? Malik Washington? No, not Malik Washington. Tutu Atwell? Blech. You're trying to get Malik Willis. I mean, you already paid Malik Willis. You're not going to give him any help? Yeah, I said, I don't get the thought process there. So they have to give him something. It's just a matter of which of these two guys are they going to go with. The guy who spells is the guy with two Y's or the demon? Got to think of what Miami would do. What I'm trying to think of right now is, does Miami have a track record of what kind of players they take that would help me make this choice? I had Jordan Tyson. Wait a second. Now that I think about it, I think, did one of my polls have a team getting Jordan Tyson? Maybe it was Kansas City. No, or was it New Orleans? I think it was New Orleans, wasn't it? Hang on, I'm going to check. Give me 1 second. I'm also going to check the stream too while I do this. Imagine if there's someone in chat that I haven't seen. Alright, good. There's no one here. Just as I anticipated. Let me check these polls. Yeah, I had the Saints taking Jordan. No, not me. The polls had Saints taking Jordan Tyson. And I had Mekhi Lemon up for Kansas City, and he wasn't chosen. So, clearly, from what I've given to you guys, I think Jordan Tyson is the better player. So, I'm going to stick to that and go for Jordan Tyson. Dallas, I'm stuck with Dallas. On one hand, I feel like they make flashy picks, which would make them want to take Caleb Downs, and safety is on their need list. But on the other hand, I feel like sometimes they make really safe picks that annoy the NFL world, which would make them take someone like Monroe Freeling or Caleb Lomu. So, just gotta think. I gotta get into the head of the old senile Jerry Jones here. What does the old man think? If he thinks anything at all. It's hard to tell these days. Jeez. Flashy. Does Jerry Jones draft flashy? Offensive lineman named Tyler Parsons wasn't really considered flashy when they drafted him. Could have taken a running back, I think. It passed up on that. Oh yeah, they trade. No, they didn't trade a first for George Pickens. No, they didn't do that. I think they did for Cooper though. I think that removed one of the picks, which is why I'm can't remember a flashy pick that the Cowboys had made in the first round. But if Caleb Downs is available at pick 11, would Jerry do it? Would the old man do it? I'm gonna say no. I'm not putting my faith in Jerry Jones in the year 2026. It's gonna be boring again. Now we got the Rams. What is that logo? Why is it blue? Is that an official thing? Is that an official thing? This blue Rams logo? That looks awful. That better not be their actual logo this upcoming season. Rams. I am not used to making first-round draft picks for the Rams. I don't remember. what the Rams need because you just assume they're never going to have one. They trade it away every goddamn year. I mean, I would think they would go after the secondary, considering that's the reason, along with Xavier Smith being an idiot, why they didn't make the Super Bowl this year. So, I mean, last year. So, I think the Rams are a team that takes talent when it is available for them. So, I think, but here's the thing with the Rams, though. They have good safeties, I think. They have safeties with name value. Guys like Quentin Lake and, I forget the other one. But my point is, the Rams are a team that I feel like drafts best player available. When they do have first-round picks. They did it with Jared Verse. That wasn't, crazy of a need at the time. And I think they're going to do the same thing here. Caleb Downs to the Rams. Baltimore. His needs are all over the place. Oh, yeah, that's right. They lost Isaiah Likely, didn't they? So maybe they take the tight end. No, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do that. No way. No way. Quarter, possibly. Wide receiver, possibly. I had them take a wide receiver last year, and that didn't work. That wide receiver happened to get drafted to the Bucs, and I hated that at the time, but it turned out to be all right. So yeah, the Ravens have a new regime coming in. What would their new... Who did they hire again? I'm already forgetting who they hired as their next head coach. Was it No, it wasn't Halfley. Halfley went to the Dolphins. Oh, Todd... Was it Monken? Todd Monken? Bro, I'm genuinely tweaking right now. I don't remember who the Ravens head coach is. I gotta look this up. Former Tampa Bay Buccaneers offensive coordinator, by the way. Nope, I'm wrong. He's the head coach of the Browns. Oh my god, I'm getting exposed. Ravens head coach. Oh, Jesse Minter, that's right. They have Jesse Minter now. So Jesse Minter is a defensive head coach, which leads more towards them getting that defensive side of the ball finally figured out. They have so much name value on the defense. Guys like Kyle Hamilton, Marlon Humphrey, Roquan Smith, and they just can't figure it out. It's unbelievable how it happens every single year. So I think they're going to lead to the defensive side, take Jeremiah McCoy. Oh, my team, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All right, I'm going to tell you something right now. I've seen a lot of rumors saying we're picking Kenyon Sadiq. That is stupid. Even if we didn't re-sign Kate Otten, I would be against it. Because you remember some guy named O.J. Howard we picked damn near 10 years ago at this point? That did not work. That did not work at all. And we could have used that pick to bolster our defense. And maybe the Jameis Winston era could have worked out a little better. And I don't want us to fall in that same mistake again, because I feel like we are kind of in a similar position that we were in 2017, the year we drafted O.J. Howard. Am I crazy for saying that? I mean, no. We're in our prime more now than we were in 2017. So never mind. Forget I said that. All right, definitely not taking Mekhi Lemon. I don't think we're going to take offensive line. I think we're all right enough on that. Edge, if available, is what I think our best bet is. Keldrick Falk would be great. DT also could be good, but I don't think that is as big of a need so early. Because edge is something we need. Our edge rushers are either really old or they suck. So I think just getting more pressure on the quarterback is paramount. It's what I would want. I hope it's what Jason Light wants. I'm going to go with it. Keldrick Falk to the Buccaneers. New York. What don't the New York Jets need? Where did they get a second round? Oh, right, duh. Sauce Gardner. They got it from Sauce Gardner deal. Would the Jets be crazy enough to take a wide receiver when they have all these other problems and they already have one of the better wide receiver ones in the NFL? It's a Jets thing. It would very much be a Jets thing. They have a linebacker. They got a linebacker, Arvell Reese, at 2, so they wouldn't do that here. Quarterback. I'm just going to say it right now. I don't think Ty Simpson gets picked in the first round. I don't see anybody doing it. Just too unproven. Every team here has some kind of alternative that they can look forward to, at least for this year, to where they're not super, super desperate for a quarterback that they would reach for someone like Ty Simpson in round 1. So I don't see them doing that. Offensive line, no. Safety, no. DT, maybe. Offensive lineman, maybe. You know what? I said this last year. The Jets pick players with weird names. Armand Membu. I mentioned DeBrickashaw Ferguson before as well. That's the reasoning I had to make the Jets draft Armand Membu last year, and it worked. So I'm going to do it again with whatever this is. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, but I'm going to make him go to the Jets. That sounds like I'm sending him to a torture chamber, but that is essentially the same thing in 2026. All right, next. Detroit Lions. Boy, is your window closing, and your window is closing fast. The Detroit needs offensive line and defensive line. So, I think they're going to take one of these 2 offensive linemen. The only thing that intrigues me is the other offensive lineman down the board here. He's from a bigger school. I think people would like the offensive lineman coming out of Alabama more than the one coming out of Utah. What hell division are they in? The Mountain West or something? I don't know. Or like maybe Pac-12. That one felt good. Or they could go Peter Woods, Clemson there. But for Detroit, offense has always been the priority for them. Defense is, they just look at it and like, whatever, it's going to fix itself. And when they go after defense, it doesn't work that well when they draft guys like Terrion Arnold. It's like, still waiting on that one. It's not looking great so far, but we'll see. So I think offensive line is where they're going to go. And I think Detroit cares about big schools. Aiden Hutchinson, Michigan. Jahmyr Gibbs, Alabama. Jack Campbell. I think Jack Campbell came from somewhere big too, right? Was he also Michigan? No. Terrion Arnold was a big school guy too. So they're going to go Proctor for the offensive line. Minnesota. I don't know why I just did the Joe Biden meme. Don't ask. They need a quarterback. That's what they need. It's like Minnesota is in this situation every year. Their team is supposed to do better than it does. They don't have holes. They don't have holes on their team. It's just something that makes them bad. Like last year, it was the mediocre quarterback play. Last year, it was Sam Darnold randomly deciding he was going to suck for 2 games. And then before that, it was Kirk Cousins deciding he's going to throw a check down in the playoffs. It's like something, just one thing goes wrong for Minnesota every single year. And that's why they're one of the most depressing teams to root for in the league. Looking at the Vikings' needs, none of them are on the board right now. Could I see them going with Dylan Thielman? Or they could go Caden McDonald. Or Peter Woods. Peter Woods from Clemson to the Vikings. I had them going with Kenneth Grant last year. He ended up going way higher than I anticipated. I forget who the Vikings even took. Did they trade down? Or did they actually take someone? I don't know. But I'm going to give him Peter Woods here. Panthers, you suck. You need a lot. Imagine drafting a wide receiver. Imagine your wide receiver core being so bad that you draft someone in the top 10 last year. That guy proceeds to win Offensive Rookie of the Year, and then the next year, wide receiver still considered a need for you. Wow. Xavier Legette is some special kind of ass. Jeez Louise. So do I have them take a wide receiver here? Like no way, right? They definitely seem like the type of team to take an offensive tackle from a small school. Or a tight end. Wait. Do they? They could. They could take the tight end, Kenyon Sadiq. That actually makes some kind of sense because I could not tell you the name of their tight end right now. The Panthers, Dave Canales, offense first mindset, could want the tight end. Because this seems like a team that has pieces, has potential everywhere except the tight end position. This is similar to the Colts last year, and I made them pass on Tyler Warren. And I will never forgive myself for that. The Panthers are the first team, I feel like, that desperately need that boost. And I think it makes sense for them to do it. Kenyon Sadiq to Carolina. Oh, Dallas is here again. What's Dallas here? Oh, Micah Parsons. Duh. Goodness. My brain is just out of it right now. So I struggled a lot with Dallas's first pick. They took offensive line there. So what the hell are they going to do now? Dylan Thielman. I could definitely. I'm gonna say this in Jerry's Gridiron Heights voice right now. Hang on. Hey there, that man Dylan Thielman. He a dang good football player, man. Oh my God, I just need him on my team. Sorry, I gotta sound older. I need him on my team. He's such a gritty guy. First in, last out mindset. He gonna bring us to the Super Bowl. That's how Jerry would react seeing Dylan Thielman. So he's gonna go there. Steelers. Oh, we playing these games again, huh? Are the Steelers gonna draft quarterback in the early 20s? I really thought they were gonna go with Jackson Dart, man. I thought they were gonna do it. They didn't. Giants got him. And now they're in the same spot once again. And once again, we don't know about Aaron Rodgers' status. It's like it's deja vu, man. Like, nothing changes. Nothing ever changes in Pittsburgh. Except for the fact that Mike Tomlin's finally gone. That helps. That helps a lot. And what will the new regime want? Would they want Mekhi Lemon? I mean, with the talent that Mekhi Lemon is, I think if he falls this far, Pittsburgh's going to pounce. They don't really have a wide receiver, too, outside of DK Metcalf. Calvin Austin is just eh. Roman Wilson's literally never on the field. Darnell Washington would need to lose like 200 pounds if he would want to be a wide receiver. I think they do it. Mekhi Lemon. They'll take the shot. Chargers. I mean, your grandmother will know what the Chargers need. And look at that. One of them's available. And from a small school, too. This is Joe Alt 2.0 right here. Don't have to think about this one at all. Eagles. What do the Eagles want? Tight end as a need? That is very disrespectful of Dallas Goedert. And I see that they are assuming that A.J. Brown's getting traded. because there is no reason for wide receiver to be a need if A.J. Brown's there. Still holding out hope that maybe A.J. Brown is part of a draft day trade again. That was, oh man, I just remember the day A.J. Brown got traded to the Eagles from the Titans. I might have screamed or like gasped or something. The second I heard, I think it was like Ian Rappaport's voice, I swear to God, saying, the Eagles have traded the 20s whatever pick to the Titans for some draft capital, meaningless draft capital, and wide receiver A.J. Brown. And I just looked at my dad, and our eyes just widened so much. Oh man, I'm getting so off topic right now. Eagles. Yeah, I mean, edge is a thing. Are there any Georgia players available? Who's the... Oh, look at that. There's a Georgia player right there. Too bad he's at a position they don't really need, considering they have Big Chungus over there, D-tackle. Two Big Chunguses, in fact, Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter. So they don't need him. Omar Cooper Jr. I mean, like, if they knew they were trading A.J. Brown, maybe I could see them doing it. But it's just so unrealistic. I don't see them doing it. Blake Miller or Akeem Mesder. Eagles offensive line or edge? I think they're going to go edge. Akeem Mesder. Browns. Yeah. This is the second first round pick. Who do I have them taking? Spencer Fano, offensive tackle. So don't need to worry about that here. Omar Cooper Jr. or Casey Concepcion. Omar Cooper or Casey Concepcion. I don't see them doing any other position besides that. The Browns, they like the flash. And nothing is flashier than taking a wide receiver from a college team that just went undefeated and won the national title. So I'm going Omar Cooper Jr. to Cleveland. Oh, so just aside, I'm probably going to make a short about this, like maybe tomorrow. Everyone always talks about draft day at the time of the NFL draft, and they talk about things like how unrealistic the trades are. What I always realize is that movie came out early 2014, prior to the 2014 draft, and then in the movie, the Browns passed on Bo Callahan, the problem quarterback, and in that 2014 draft, they proceed to take the biggest problem quarterback in NFL history, Johnny Manziel. I just found that really funny. All right, whatever. Bears. I low-key kind of forgot until right now that they traded DJ Moore to the Bills. Even though I still don't think they're going to take wide receiver round one. They could definitely worry about that later. I think, considering the fact that defensive tackle and edge are their top two needs, it speaks to how big the need is over there. So I think they're going to address that, and I think no better way to do that than take a defensive tackle from Ohio State. How many Ohio State players are in this first round? Let me count for a second. 1. Oh, damn. 2. 3. 4. 5. I thought that was more, sorry. Bills. Wide receiver isn't as big of a need anymore. Looks like they need safety, edge, but I mean, edge just went off the board. Offensive guard, these are tackles. Oh, Ty Simpson is on the board way earlier than the quarterbacks were last year. That's interesting. Who we got? Miami. Oh, I might make Miami take Jack. No, but they paid Malik Willis so much. They wouldn't do that, right? Maybe the Texans do. No, the CJ Stroud just got way out of hand. Okay. Bills. KC Concepcion. This isn't a bad thing in any way, even though it's going to sound like one. KC Concepcion reminds me a lot of Keon Coleman around the time of the draft because they made some headlines for for being likable off the field. Casey Conception dealing with the fact that people are making fun of the way he talks and being very nice about it, and Keon Coleman being very funny in interviews, and also their names sounding similar and having the same letters starting their names helps with that, which makes me think the Bills might take a shot at him. You know, why not? Let's have some fun. Give the Bills Casey Concepcion. I think they're aware they need to give Josh Allen more weapons, especially after the way last season was always that was completely Josh Allen's fault. Could have given him Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, and JSN and his 3 wide receivers. He still would have lost that game. 49ers. Are there any doctors on here, or any retail company or moving company that could get their substation away? Nope, there's not. Okay. Offensive line. There's 2 offensive line positions, which telling me they really need to focus on that, and they got some good players here. Blake Miller is the best one available. He's also from a bigger school, so I'm going to do that there. Getting to the end. Texans. Okay. I know I just said that the CJ Stroud slander has kind of gotten out of hand, but quarterback low priority? I'm not sure I agree with that one. Guys. You see how CJ Stroud performed at the end of last year, and he's coming up on the end of his contract, and he might not get an extension. I think at least at some point in the draft, got to get a backup plan in place. At least not immediately, though. All right, offensive line. Defensive tackle. Or edge. No, not edge. I just gave Will Smith a hell of a lot of money. I don't think they would do that. Interior. I don't think they're going to touch that defense. It's too good. They probably are going to be worried about making it worse by adding a new player to start. So I think offensive line is where they're going to go. Max Anchor Man is going to go to Houston. Kansas City second, courtesy of the Trent McDuffie trade. Even though the Rams still have one from the James Pierce trade, which, how's that one working out for you, Atlanta? Real nice. That guy's about to go to jail. So I already had them taking a corner. But part of me feels like maybe they do it again? No, I see something too perfect here. They need edge. This guy, his name is Zion, and I think people whose name is Zion and if success rate in the NFL is very high, he's also from the Mizzou, very close to home. I think it's a match made in heaven. All right, 3 to go. Does Miami take Ty Simpson? Do they do it? Let me remind myself who they took with their first pick. Jordan Tyson, wide receiver. There's a chance. They gave Malik Willis a lot of money, but I think part of that is also because of just the inflation of the quarterback market. I think they might do it because if they want another option at quarterback and they're worried about him going to another team, they could do it. Do they? Or do they go the safe route and take the corner from Tennessee? I can't in good conscience have them take Ty Simpson. I don't see them doing it. Colin Hood. I swear, if Ty Simpson goes to Miami at number 30, I'm going to be so mad. All right, Patriots. Stephon Diggs left. They got a wide receiver with the last name Boston. He could go to the Patriots. That'd be so funny. That genuinely might be their best move. Because I don't know if these other players fit positions of need for them, or they I really feel like they'd have to go after when they lost possibly one of the keys to their success. I mean, Stephon Diggs is their best wide receiver. So I think they're going to go Denzel Boston out of Washington. And finally, the Seattle Seahawks lost some players from their Super Bowl team. I think the position Seattle is in, they're going to take. Well, then again, the biggest loss from their team was Tariq Woolen at corner. So I think they're going to fix that. However, I'm going to pass on this guy because I've heard this guy's name before, so he might be considered better. I'm going to go with him. And that's going to do it. Oh, I got a B+ draft grade. I mean, that's because I went along with your rankings. Duh. Of course. Of course. Of course I'm going to get a high grade. I don't get every team. Okay. Here it is. Let me see if I can get it all in view here. CoolBowser's official 2026 NFL mock draft is officially complete. Went way faster than my previous one. I just had less to say overall. Probably because I'm just dealing with more life stuff than I did last time I made this video. I hope the stream sounds good. Plays sound good. That's all.